Hi there, I'm Jen, this is Remembered Reads, and this is going to be something of a TBR for some of the readathons that are going on this month. I noticed a number of people doing the Cloak and Dagger Christmas readathon, which I believe is a December-long mystery readathon. I saw it first on Mel's Bookland Adventure, but I believe it was created by Kate Howe, and I think there are a number of other hosts as well. And that one has a goal to read a bunch of mysteries in December. And around the same time that I saw those, I also saw both Kathy Tryhart and Adriana from Perpetual Pages talk about their Queer Lit readathon, which I think Rogan Shannon is also co-hosting along with them. And I thought, seeing those back to back, I went, you know what? My favorite mystery series is about a drag queen who solves mysteries, and on hold at the library right now. I have Stephanie Gale's new mystery, which is set in small-town New England in the early 90s and has a gay detective as the main character. If that comes in, I can technically say, even if that's the only book I read all month, I could say that I did both of those readathons. But then I thought that's a little lazy, and it's kind of needlessly lazy because I actually have distinct books that I could read for both of those. First of all, on the mystery front, I'm currently staying at my mother's house while I'm selling my house and then doing some house hunting. And my mother is a huge mystery reader. So I just have stacks and stacks and shelves of mysteries. I found a number of books with the word lie in the title, so I thought it would be hilarious to read just a stack of books that have lies in the title. So here's Charles Todd's A Pattern of Lies. This is from the Bess Crawford series. She is a nurse during the First World War who solves crimes in her free time. I enjoy this series usually, so we'll see how that goes. I'm actually not sure if I've read this before or not. I'm going to have to check because I confuse some of these long series. Next up, we have Pardonable Lies by Jacqueline Winspear. This is one of the Macy Dobbs novels. Oh, this is the third one in the series. That's good because I've read the first two. The main character in this was a nurse in the First World War, but now she's a private investigator, and they're set post-war. But let's have something with lie in the title that's not set in the First World War. And here is Malla Nunn's Let the Dead Lie. These, I believe, are set in 50s or 60s South Africa. I think 60s South Africa. So, and I don't know a lot about this because I only picked it up because the word lie was in the title and I thought it would be funny. So, to just have these books that have lie in the title. Okay, so this one doesn't have challenges, but it has prompts. The prompts are sugar and spice, old and new, summer and winter, and home and travel. I don't know, but maybe we'll fulfill some... And I think these might be a combination of those, so I would have to read them first, but I'm pretty sure we could check off all of those prompts. So that sounds like a victory. So let's move on to the other readathon, because I realized some new acquisitions that I have fit that one. So I might as well say I'm doing that readathon, even if I might not get to these for a few weeks. Because unlike the Cloak and Dagger readathon, which is a month long, the Queer Lit one I believe is only a week. So I needed to buy something under $5 for a free shipping point. And I ended up picking up Samuel R. Delany's Dark Reflections. I normally think of him as a speculative fiction writer, but this is apparently more of a meditation on isolation and sexual repression about a gay African-American poet written in reverse chronological order, opening with him in old age and venturing back in time to his arrival in New York City in the 50s. That sounds a little depressing, but it will be interesting because, as I said, I associate this author with speculative fiction, and this sounds very realistic, so we'll see how that goes. And the reason I needed to get over a certain shipping point is because I bought the 30th anniversary hardcover that came out for Hellblazer. Hellblazer is, of course, the old Vertigo series. There are new Hellblazers which are not covered in this, which is kind of why I wanted to buy this. I do enjoy some of the new ones, and I'm much happier now that I think of them as two separate characters. So this version of the character is John Constantine, and the new one is Constantine, because that's the way they say it in the TV shows now. And I'm much happier thinking of them separately. This is a look at various pivotal issues throughout the history of the character. Sting did the introduction to this, and Sting was the original visual inspiration for the character. The thing that I always loved about Hellblazer was that when it was at its best, it would look at interesting things in a way that would make you uncomfortable, and I've always loved that. And it's on topic for this because the character is bisexual. I noticed on some forums that people say in the new version, but that's not true, and it suggests to me that they only ever read Garth Ennis's run on Hellblazer, during which the main character has a steady girlfriend. There's a fantastic side story about her, a one-off that Garth Ennis and Steve Dillon did, that's exclusively about that character, Kit Ryan, in Belfast, which is fantastic, but has nothing to do with this, so I don't know why I'm mentioning it. But in any case, that does come up in original Vertigo Hellblazer. That wasn't new. It just happened earlier and then later. I know a lot of people quit reading Hellblazer when Brian Azzarello took the story. This isn't a single story, so I'll probably pick through it, so I don't know that this will count, but it was in my stack, so I'm gonna say it counts. Another thing that I picked up and didn't expect to come, because it said that there was going to be a month-long hold on this, is Le Mari de mon frère, or My Brother's Husband in English. This is Gengoroh Tagame's manga series about a single father in Japan who one day his brother's husband from Canada shows up. And drama ensues because he'd been somewhat estranged from the brother, and the brother is dead, and everyone's sad and depressed. I read the first volume from the library in English, and the huge hardcovers that they've done this of in English I'm not a huge fan of, and I really like that instead of 2 giant hardcovers they have these 4 smaller volumes in the French version, and so I bought this. I also have a book out of the library that would count, and that is My Cat Yugoslavia. I feel like I saw this on Sean the Book Maniac's channel at the beginning of the year, and I don't even remember if he liked it or not. I just thought it sounded interesting because it involves an anthropomorphic cat. Because listen to this. One night at a gay bar, Bekem meets a talking cat who also moves in with him. And this cat is witty and charming and manipulative and takes him on a journey back to Kosovo to confront his demons. Because this is set in Finland, I think. Yeah. That should be interesting. And anthropomorphic cat, how can you go wrong? So those fit the general design, which is that you need to read books where the main character is under the queer umbrella. But let's look up the actual challenges and see if we can fit any of them. Alright, the challenges for this are one of the bingo boards, so I don't think I'm gonna do them because I don't do bingo board challenges, but the main heading is just read a book with a queer main character, and those all fit that. So when I'm done, maybe I'll go through the bingo board and see how many I incidentally got, but yeah, I'm terrible at challenges. I kind of cheated on both of those. In any case, that is my theoretical TBR for those 2 readathons. Will I read any of these? Who knows? But I could, and that's the main point. Are you doing any readathons right now? These or others? Or are you just drowning in Vlogmas videos? Because I know that's happening too. Anyway, that's it for now. Ciao.